Okay, I will wait for some peeps to come on, and then we'll get started. Okay, tonight I'm using clayboard as opposed to the Blair synthetic paper, which is this last piece. And I chose to do the flame with the frisket, so let's see who comes on and then we will get busy. Might be a little wiggling of the phone here, sorry. And we'll straighten it out. That's good. Okay. Okay, I'm going to be using the HP SB Plus, which is basically, I have two of these guns, and I have the Micron, and then I have a lot of Eclipses and guns like that. I was using the Eclipse gravity feed today to mix my colors. It's got a wider nozzle, and of course it can take much more of a beating as far as clogging and stuff. It's just much easier to. So I might use this for my mixing gun even over the HP Plus. So anyway, having said that, the reason why I even broke this gun out is because my Micron might come back to me tomorrow. It was sent out to be refurbished, you might say. New seals, super cleaning, and told what I might need as far as, tweaking it and making it become like brand new. That would be a new head assembly. But I'm going to try it as it's all tuned up. And if it's really styling, then I don't have to think about that. Because that would be about $125 more. But right now I decided, I'm going to stick with my Micron. And yeah, Caleb McNeely, Woody, hello, Siren Beast, yo, you, you painting. Yeah, I'll be painting. I like to set up when I first come on and let you guys see. So let's talk about the project. It's on clayboard tonight. This has frisket on it. Okay, so the original drawing was, it's black and white copy. Here it is. Okay, so this was taped on, graphite paper was slid behind it, and an outline was drawn down onto the clayboard. I'm going to be using Createx illustration colors, which are all transparent, except when you add the white, then you're going to get your opaque mixtures. Of course, the white lightens things, but again, the 5x7 clayboard. I chose to go with this. Plus, I ordered stock from Blair School of Realism. I ordered I think 10 of these, 10 of the 5x7s. That's this. Very thin paper-like. Okay. And I got these coming, and I've got a bigger sheet like half a sheet. And then I've got this really great stencil that I can't wait to get for texture and things like that. So yeah, I'll take the original photo and I'll send it to Walgreens. This is a photo that I took. My wife was holding the matchstick in front of a black, flat, matted, piece of core. What do you call it? The board with the core in it. I can't think of the name of it. That's why I like live videos. They're real, Anyway, foam core. And then we took pictures, different pictures. I got another shot. I like this. And the nice thing about this painting, I could use some of the colors from this if I want. I like the blue on this one. I like that little bit of blue coming off there. But this one has kind of a violet. Now, what I did is I sent it over kind of plain, just then I enhanced the color to knock it really strong. And this was way too much, but it still showed me things that didn't exist. Like this yellow doesn't exist in this one. And it really is there. And then it got the large one in case I wanted to do it, really big, which I can at another date. Okay. And that would be more like canvas maybe. So then I have my notes on probably the one I went closest to as far as colors. Yeah, of course, because you can see the numbers 5, 7, 1 through 9. The 8 is over on this big one. And it just tells me what my mixtures are. So I'll just grab one. Okay, so number 4 right there. All right. So I have a system because I'm using opaques. If you want to paint a flame and you don't want to use any, mixtures or anything, you can do it lots of different ways. And that includes the transparents and just shooting from the hip. You know what I mean? A good example of that would be Mike LaValle, who we lost. Hello, Steve Leahy. Good evening. Gary Shees, how are you? All right. So we've got 8 people on here, doing much better on here than I am on Facebook. I have a new phone. I do want to try a live feed on my old Facebook things, see how the phone behaves. It was horrible reception, and my voice was getting cut off, and I said I had it, and I said I'll do better jumping over here. I don't want my Facebook people to think I left them flat, so I tagged them. But at the same time, I also put, the link and everything. So we have the frisket on here. And instead of talking my head off, let me get my X-acto knife out. And I'm going to start on, it's all covered. It's all covered. So I'll start on the stick here. Let's see. I'm going to just take the whole section out right here. All right. And when you take your frisket, for anybody that doesn't know what frisket is, that is a film that has a stickiness to it, but you have to cut it on the surface, and so it becomes very dangerous to your substrate. So I save the paper that this comes on. It's like a waxy paper. When you place it back on, if you have an intricate amount of, I'm going to ruin this, right? Intricate amount of things like for a car or whatever, just kind of put them in the lower area. That's where that lives. And that way you can kind of rebuild the shape of the flame and find your piece, because I'll have to put that back on when I spray my black. Okay, so let's get, like I said, my Micron might be coming tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. It's got all new seals. It's got, it's been worked on in the areas like the trigger was staying stuck on. It was filthy inside, really bad. So I've had my Micron for years. I won't keep going on and on, but I want to just say I had it since the 90s, and I started learning, in 94 with these instead of the Pashel, Pache VL. I was a t-shirt and a sign painter, so t-shirts a little bit, murals, but I never knew that the Illustrator guns existed. And I went in the class with my Pache, and I was like, "What are all these silver airbrushes?" And I found out. But having said that, over the years in the sign business, I never really learned one thing was to really take care of my Micron. It's had a second head assembly. I think there was a malfunction on the first one, maybe a defect. But anyway, it's already had its second one, but it's been banged around. I've used pliers on it. I just didn't take care of it good. So, having said that, I'm going to be really, really taking care of it this time because it needs to be cleaned in the correct manner, and I didn't. I just was so busy making signs, and I used to put the Micron down so it gets clogged too easy. Back in the day, this thing gets clogged too easy, and I didn't have the right lighting, and on and on. So I started buying the Illustrator guns like this, which is the Eclipse. And it's got the wider nozzle. I mean, gosh, the nozzle on this is a cone, with a little finer like nozzle on the cone. This is a great little airbrush, especially if you get a new cone. So this was my backup, and I ended up using it for mixing today. And now I've got a really nice mixing. I got two of those. I've got two of these from my old school. I've got the Micron, and then I've got a gazillion. I don't think that's a number, but I've got a gazillion Eclipses, for the t-shirt bottle siphon feed. And a couple old worn out Model C and gravity feeds that need to be rebuilt. Okay, so let's get this color on here. We need, just so I show you how I work it, I need number 2, okay? Now, it's really light there. I mean, you can see it. That's a nice light color. But it gets another color sprayed on top of it. So I'm just going to carry that right on through freehand. I'm not going to do anything with, like 2 separate colors. I'm going to bury one under the other. Okay, so this is kind of like painting the sunset. I need a little bit of the 40-21. Nice to have the rolling carts that you just pull towards you or push away. Okay, from what I was told, Steve, is that art tool, all the Friscuits are very sticky. And what Drew said to the class when we were down there in 2010 was it didn't matter what brand you bought, they were all the same Frisket. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But in other words, they were all sticky. They were all so we were putting the Frisket on our skin and peeling a little bit of that glue off. I didn't do that on this, but I did pre-lift these a little bit because I wanted to be biting it. But Art Tool is what I have right now. That's what I would stick with. But you got to watch out for the glue. And I purchased the purple tape that Drew sells. Just a skinny roll. It's supposed to be probably similar to the gold tape, but I'm going to give it a try. He says you could put it on paper and lift it and it won't rip the paper. I'll show you all my goodies when I get them. It will be later this week. So I got an order coming from Drew, a couple bottles of paint, a stencil for making, like on a tiger, you got the nappy little tight fur that goes in the top of the snout. And all those stencils can be used for everything. So having said that, I can't wait. It's a bunch of little toys coming, just to have some fun with. All right, so let's get this all going. Here we go. All right, so I don't like Frisket, actually, and I'm sure, a lot of people, you gotta just you could cut into your surface so easily, and I hate feeling that on a finished painting later. I do clear my paintings. So I want this. This is, there's a number of color photos I'm going by. This is the one I'm actually going by. It's stronger. That doesn't mean I have to fire it in as strong though. Okay, so this is painting from light to dark. Okay, the colors are pre-made and they're opaque. So I'm just going to go a little lower and just put it in. Make sure that it's got enough air. Kill the pencil line. There's the full color right there. Because you have to spray it a number of times to see the 100%. Hello, JC. You're welcome. Okay, so I pretty much have that there. It's going to be a little bit lit on the bottom down here. So I could spray around the brown that is, a little more air would help. So you can see the white in the middle. So just going to leave it like that. Now I'm going to, there's not much I can do about the last drop, you know. You just put it in a water cleaning station and just blow that out. You don't have to do much. Welcome here, guys. Got a nice crew of 10 people. That makes me a lot happier than Facebook. Facebook, I would get 10 people once in a while, but the poor quality. Steve, how is the quality of your feeds lately on Facebook? I haven't gone on in about a month. I've been going on my YouTube channel. So yeah, let me know. Don't forget, guys, if you do like this video, and I'm saying this to the ones that will watch it later, then please hit like. And if you haven't subscribed, it sounds like the routine thing everybody says, but that gets more, that gets the video out to more people, according to what I've been told. And also commenting, you know, oh, really? Real bad. I might go on in the day and do something, you know, but yeah, I was wondering, hey, I got a new phone from my son. He works at Verizon. I was thinking maybe my phone was the problem. Okay, so we got the color there. Remember, this is Frisket. See, my skin on my thumb is just cleaning it up, just like that. So to go to the next color, I'm going to go to. I'm bouncing around on the wooden stick part. I'm going to take. I have a little note for myself. You know, there could be like 9 colors on here, but I have a little note. So I said the Matchstick. Spray the top with number 2, then take number 5 and spray over it lightly until you get the left side top darker. So instead of trying to make that color, I kind of already have that color. It might be a little brighter than this one, but having said that, this darker one that's going to come in next, I can tint over. So you can take your opaque mixtures and treat them like transparents. All right, so let's get, what number did I say? It said number 5. Okay. So they're all numbered and they're back here out of my way. And I got to make sure as I go through each color that I put the lids back on. It doesn't dry up. That 4021 lets them last for weeks. Steve, the 4021, I could grab this color if I have like 1/16 of an inch and I can wake it up. It just doesn't die with the 4021 in it. And it still sprays great. Can add a little bit more. So let's get this onto this. And I'm going to treat this so lightly that I'm testing it down below. Okay, so we're coming out of the dark over here. I don't want to spray on this photograph. So let me put something I don't care about over it. Okay, there we go. I shouldn't say I don't care about that. I might, you never know. So use the back of it. Okay, get in there. That's taped on there. My plan is to, you know, I'm slowly getting things I want, and my plan is to get, so I'll look at this one. Let's see, I'll look at the, I really like to look at the one I have. All right, I know what I'm going to do. The old post note, just to protect the painting. I can still see that part. And there we go. Okay, so let's come over here and just kind of, we'll work right on there. And we're going to just walk it. And my eyes are going to be the judge optically, just like, you know, we all paint usually. I don't paint so much optically too much anymore as far as mixing. That would be your Drew Blair color theory thing that you might want to get. If you're mixing colors, you're not guessing. The interaction of colors is beyond belief. Just go on and look at his short video on the advertisement for the color theory class, and you will be blown away by the illusion. Joseph Albers. So I'm just going to dirty up this a little bit, pull further away. Doesn't matter if I get that colored. And then I can peek at this and see what's going on. There's going to be a little orange. Before that brown comes in, there's going to be a little reddish orange right here. I'm going to get in close and just kind of sculpt a little area that the brown can just leave an edge. It doesn't have to be, it's just going to be there waiting underneath the brown. So let's put some brown in there. The brown is, let's see, did I make 2 browns? Yeah. Okay, so this brown here is the actual match. That's that. It is sepia, black. It's not black by itself. It's not that. And you can almost tell that. And then when I come out and bust into the areas that are, I'm not good with zoom on here, guys. Let me try it. Okay. So this is really fun, especially if you do a larger painting. But the challenge is, just like Steve Leahy works with miniature stuff, and this is bigger for him, the challenge is to do that detailing. I'm even going to try the dowel, which is Drew Blair's, works great with the synthetic paper. I mean, you can do things with this, that fur and whiskers and pushing these little, let's go over here. You could push the paint and make marks just like that. Okay, so when we get to it, we'll try it. A clay board, it might not work as good, but the paint's designed to work with, whatchamacallit there, the synthetic paper. But I did test a little bit on a piece of clay board earlier, and I was like, wow, it really behaved. So I did go to the redder. Now that's ridiculous. I'm not going to go that, but I did match, a color there. So I'm going to put this brown in, and if it's too brown and not like black enough, I'll take the other color and I'll spray over it. Okay, hang in there. I'm testing it on the side. All I'm doing is like just taking a piece of white paper down in the thing, and I will. I'll get this over here. I'll zoom out in a second and just test it. So I do that down below. So let's get this back to there and focus on trying to show you the reference picture along with the actual painting, so you can see kind of what I'm doing. All right, so this is the brown, and the brown, now's the time with the Createx to do your thing. If you wanted to take a piece of 100 sandpaper and just go like that, and say we're doing the lid to a soda can and you wanted to have those scratch marks in it, just pull it through and it will, because the paper did that and made those little lines. So this is just frisk it. So this is what you can do with the dowel. You can pull little lines. Now on the real surface, I'm not sure. I've got to find out. So let's get this brown in there. I don't want to lose what I got, so I'm going to kind of stay in here. I do have to see the picture, so I just got to be careful, that's all. This is protected, so I'm going to just come in off here. Pull back. See, now I might have been tempted to spray, oh gosh, just some color that I thought was correct, and it wouldn't be, the color matches wouldn't look as photorealistic. Okay. Tip dry. Hope I said hi to everyone, and to those that are quiet that don't want to really comment, that's okay. Hello to you all. Welcome to the airbrush video, and I hope you learned stuff from it. But yeah, by at least if you like the video, take the time to click like, because algorithms and stuff send it out to more people. And it also, for what it's worth, the artists such as me or anyone else that's doing these things appreciates it, because it makes me feel like, oh, somebody liked the video. You know, comments are good too. You can ask questions about an airbrush question, or you know, that kind of stuff. I'm getting in close because this is really dark here, but I'm trying my best to still preserve some of that light area. Okay, getting a little close there. The bottom has lit up areas, so let's get a little line going in here. Just a little texture, and this eventually tapers down right here. My finger hit that, so I'll just go right over it. Opaques cover everything. So that's kind of direction it's going in, and it makes no sense right now because it's got the film on it, it's got no black around it, and all that kind of good stuff. But there's the edge of the frisket. It wouldn't come off there. Okay. So for now, I'm going to leave that because I see some other. I'll just second coat this here a little bit. It's pretty dark, and then it goes to the lighter brown, and then it comes back. I see a little kind of like just detailing. I'm just going to make a little dot there and run a little, just a weird color there, just a weird mark. Okay. Was kind of a straight edge a little bit. So let's take a straight edge and keep it lifted off the surface. I kind of already went beyond that where I should have done it a minute ago, but I could probably indicate it by having a floating stencil just to give it an edge a little bit, but not stuck on there. Like, yeah, that's it, because it got darker and the stencil's not touching the surface. Now it's doing more what the picture is. And I will take the other brown and push it even further. So let's see. I'm going to miss, this is still covered. I can open that up. We'll stick with the matchstick for now. Now you got to be careful with the frisket because it doesn't want to come off. Probably coming from this direction would be better, but it gets torn a little bit because it has such, oh gosh, I don't want to ruin that. So I got to just kind of lift it right here. There we go. It's got a little pinhole in it. Okay, I don't have to really worry about the pencil lines because this is going to be like a charcoal brick briquette, right? One of those little, it's going to be dark. Oh, my paint fell, didn't have a lid on it, and it landed, it landed like this. Boink. That's a good thing. Okay. Now you don't have to do the numbering system and all that. You can paint. This is tedious, but it's the way I choose to paint, and it's the style I chose to go after once I saw what Drew was doing. But I paint other ways too. I mean, I could put up a picture here and just use transparents and mix some transparents. That way I get my, looser, faster. But if you do have mistakes with transparents, you either go back down to the board or you use an opaque to fix it. So last video, Drew gave me permission to show his classroom in a box for color theory. So if you didn't see that, it's there. And I was on the phone with him, ordering stuff and talking to him about stuff. And yeah, I asked him, I said, hey, Drew, I always am talking about you, and, you're my teacher. And he appreciated that. And I said, can I, without teaching the color theory, can I show what it's like, And he said, he gave me his blessing on that right away. So yeah, that'd be great. Go ahead. Okay, so now I've got a little gun that's trailing, and I know what that is. So I'm going to just adjust my needle a little bit. Oh, I know why it was trailing. I must have hit the, no, I take that back. I thought it was trailing because the nut was loose, but I reseated it. Now I've got a really dark chocolate brown in here. So let's see. Let's just go into the center. I probably should cover the end of the matchstick. There's no doubt I should cover it. Okay, so you just put it on. It fights you. A little strip like this is curly Q. So I'll go this way. I'll go closer to that edge. I'm working around the phone that's in front of me. And I will pin it down and just not even put it on hard because this paint is still in its window of time for erasing. Did I go up to the edge? Yep. Okay, here we go. So this is really dark. So this will be, hey, that's pretty cool. My little spill. To me, art happens all the time. It looks like a little shepherd or a dog head, the way that spilled. That's cool. You can go paint around that, right? And make it into something. This is going to get like really dark. But it looks kind of orangey when you first put it on because the mixture has other colors in it, and therefore it's going to show some of those colors as you try to bring it to 100%. Okay, so we're going to go back in again. Less paint, less volume. Kind of using a pump stroke where you just go like that with your finger up and down, air's on the whole time, and you just work it, making silly little shapes. You can manipulate those too as we go. I mean, it's not I am going to try the dowel too. So might not work on this, but it's worth trying. Little spider. So now I'm going to just tint the top a little bit. There and here, just a little bit. Just a little color in there. Because it really has a, like I said, an orangey kind of thing going on. So, okay, I'm going to pour that back and paint my little German Shepherd here. Let's give him, oh, look at that, it's still wet. Do the ear with it. Oh, I can't believe that. That's cool looking. I don't want to waste paint, but anyway. And if you're not dark enough, the nice thing about this is you could just go over it. You know, it's not like you're in trouble because you didn't do that, you know. You just go over it. Oops, spidering on me a little bit. Okay, so let's, I'm just going to try this for a minute. I want to see if I can move that paint a little bit. It is working, but not like the Blair synthetic paper. It's a little, well, it is working, see? So that's good, but it really works great on the paper. It's just a wooden dowel. Now that on the paper would have been a white mark right away. So it isn't made for this slippery board, but I thought I would try it just to see. Okay, so let's go then with, I think we need a little orange in there to trade off. Yeah, orange area. So I'll dust in a little orange. Up on the top mainly. The bottom's kind of in the white world. Try to save this brown if I got any here. Okay. Brian Moore, hello there. And to anybody else I didn't see, hello. Okay. So I'm going to clean out this little bit of brown. Yeah, I can see it's got even more, maybe sepia or a little more black in that match head there. Wet my whistle. Okay. So I decided to cut back on soda, and I've been doing really good, not to mention the cost of it, right? But the soda was just starting to really give me trouble. And I, like, you know, just like, okay, I've been drinking it for years. It's time to take a break. Goes through my body too quick. It wants me to go to the bathroom 50 million times. And I was like, yeah, I'm getting tired of this scene. And it's saving me money. Been eating sandwiches with water. That's not that great, but it worked. I a little more orange at the top. Okay. Now, on clay board, your erasing comes out better later on. I don't know if we can go in a little closer. Oh, sorry. This zoom thing here, I don't know how to do a zoom. Just go like that for now. Yeah, I couldn't do Tuesday night. This will be when I can do it, but I'll put up the little video ads. So you guys won't really miss it. But I had a busy week, and it's going to get busier and stuff too with different things I have to do. So that's all. It's just bouncing around a little bit. Let's see what the eraser can do here on the Frisket. Nah. Okay. So I'm going to take an aggressive eraser with a pretty good point on it. And I'm going to go in here, get that like that. Got the rubber arm there. And I'm going to try to pick out, whoops. I got to get my sharpener. Where is my sharpener? There it is. Little sharpener that holds the shavings. I need a point. I need it quick, so I'm not going to sit here whittling it. And I'm going to just start opening up that little area right there that I said should be a whiter area. There. It's just a lot of texture. The thinner paint, it will behave real good because it's thinner. The middle is heavier. So let me just make a little disturbance in here of texture. That's what I'm trying to work on. I don't want too wide of shapes. You can always spray around them though once you break them open. Some hop down into the dark area. You can make them bigger and then just go back and paint around them. Bottom's going to have a whole nother color. You can use an x-acto knife too. And you can use paint too. You can, but you got to be careful of the blue shift. Now see, if this was the Blair synthetic paper, this would be like 1, 2, 3. It's just, if you make a circle, it makes a circle. I'm trying on the clay board and it's fighting me a little bit. There we go, that was a good one. What's that, got Frisket on it there? Just dinging it up a little bit, making some lighter areas that I can paint around. Texture. Now, if I had that shield, it would have gone right after it. Just kind of opening up areas bigger than the real shapes. Just there we go. You could come in, I could try it. Let's see, you could come in with the paint and do things like this too. It's very watery. close in those little circles, leaving room for the tinted orange to go in there later. This detailing can take a while, so I'm going to get to some of the exciting stuff. And I can carve back into that. I see this little guy right here coming. My hand's probably blocking, right? Hope not. A little pointed area there. And some breakaways. That'll all get tweaked later. All of it. I'll try a little more paint. There we go. Oops, I covered that one. No big deal. Cover that one right up. I'm just going to make some marks on there and let it look like texture itself there. Looks like I'm painting a cigarette. Okay. So I just need a little bit of water. Like I say, I have a little setup out in the garage. I have a sink. But right now I use this guy, and that's just water. And I squirt it into the bin, little bin here. And it gives me a little cleaning area right here without having to, because the sink I use for major cleaning. All right, so I'm going to take the orange again. You can use, even at this point, maybe a little bit of, let me just try something for a minute. Using the pump stroke. See if I can cover that. Orange doesn't allow that blue shift, right? Now I'm just going to take a little bit of transparent, pure orange out of the bottle and kind of control what I'm spraying. See if I can get a little more of a hotter look. Such a small area. And then I'll airbrush solid back in there again too. Okay. From a distance, this is more of a pure orange, right out of the bottle, but I'm still watching it. I think we can get a little bit more braver. There we go. And I'm going to put a little more orange here, right out of the bottle. Oh, that's got the plastic on it still. So now it's time to just take that off. I'm going to go back to that later and just pull slow and flat like that. Put this back on its sheet. Okay, so let's get that orange in there. This is right out of the bottle now, just a little bit. Just to light up a few areas, a little hotter right here. Just a little, and then on the bottom. It's already going over the opaque paint, so if I didn't have the opaque paint there, then it would look like this. That's just too saturated. It's too much out of the bottle. Okay, so we're playing around with color. Like I said, I have all kinds of different images here to look at. Okay. So what do I want to do now? I want the flame, the white area protected, but I want to cover the match. I know I just took the piece off, but I wanted to spray that little bit of orange in there. So I want to cover that up nice. I'll back out the picture in a minute. This has to be lined up perfectly, or it will look like garbage. I think that's good. It's definitely in there. There's a little hanging over there, but I'm not worried about that because this is dark. And now for the little match head, which is not finished by no way, you know, but there is going to be some erasing in here and another color tinted in on there. So do that real quick to get something. Yeah, I might go to one of my shields to get that texture. The nice thing is, say you're not happy with this, I'm happy with this, but say you're not happy with that, a little bit of a Q-tip with some Windex and it's gone. And it's, you know, it doesn't damage the board or anything, except that's not lined up good. I don't think it is. Well, let's try it this way. Put it on the end of the blade, walk it in. There it is. And you got it. Just make sure it's sealed down. Okay, we're going to expose the black area. So we could do it like this because some things are going to be colors. So I could just hold the blade down and not ruin anything and just pull and not cut into the board as soon as I find a spot right there. Okay, so I could save that. I'm just going to put that up above. All right, it's time to back out so you guys can see the black background as we're going to start to paint it. Oh, man. Like I said, I'll practice zooming like at 3 in the morning. I guess we're going to have to go with that. But you know what? It's a big area. I will move that out of the way in a minute. Okay, so what else has to come out? This stays covered, so I can just put a little baby slice there and get this off the board. And I'm going to just take that off there. There we go. And I'm just going to put that up on my mat. I have a art tool mat for cutting. It's pretty obvious that piece goes there. I can make a mark. I could put with a grease pencil left side, but the left side is what it is. This strip down there, and this shape will be its own. So I don't really have to mark them or anything. Now see, it's got some good pull on it because it is definitely, I didn't take the stick off. You know, there's too much glue from the factory, I guess. Okay, so we can come up in here. This was pre-cut, you know, before the video. And now all the pieces for the black are ready. But this color that I'm going to put in here after I bring some black in, let's see, the black's going to dance up into here. This is not exactly correct. So what I'm going to do is when I get to it, I will get to an area where We'll lift this up, maybe pin it up here like that, so I can do the blending. Okay, so let's get some black in there. This is just a filling in. I gotta leave where that violet is. I gotta leave that. That means don't kill that white area. Okay. I need a little cleaner here. 4012 rather. I mean, black is black, but just want to make sure the airbrush is spraying nice. Probably the Eclipse could do it quick. I might use the Eclipse for that. Let's see. I think I will. Okay. Let me see how it's behaving here with this. Yeah. Getting much wider spray. Okay, here we go. Oh, thanks, Dave. The wife's calling. Yep, I hear you. You can always come back and look at it on your free time. Okay, so I am gonna put a little bit of a reducer in my black. I want it to flow nice. So for any beginner watching this part, just remember, it does spray right out of the bottle, but I find by putting a little bit of the 4021, it just flows like butter. You're welcome, Brian. Thanks for popping on. Okay, so we're going to get into this black here. Put my lids on. Just looking for another lid here. It's somewhere. Okay. Where are you? There you are. Way back in the drawer. All right. You go on your color. Yeah, so like if I'm going to, say, paint a week apart, maybe a couple days in, I'll go to my paints and put a drop of the 40, drop or two of the 40, the 21 into my paint and wake it up and stir it. I am saying the right number, right? 40, 21, yeah. Made my own homemade bottle. I got the big 16 ounce, so. Okay, black, 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 black. Okay, it looks pretty ready to go right out of the bottle, but we'll see. Okay. So this is the Eclipse. Gravity feed. Yeah, I like this. All right, so now we have to take this guy and just move it away. Here we go. It's all black. Now, I'm not going to go up in this area, and I'm not going to get real close to the edges. So the first thing I'm going to do is think about the white area down here. Trying just to get my volume right there. Aim down. make sure my compressor's on there. Sometimes this particular airbrush wants more PSI. Going right over the film. Now, here's where I gotta be careful. It's not atomizing right for getting into the tight areas. I'll just do the big areas with this. And go back to the finer nozzle on the HP Plus. Because you could really ruin areas like that. Those speckles, they're going way out far. They might even be covering that a little. So I'll just get my big areas done quick, aim out away from that. A little air drying. I could probably get a little closer, but I'm going to go this way. Okay, so the gun's saying I'm empty, so I'm going to go back to the finer gun. That's why they call them illustrator guns, right? They atomize better. They're made for this. This is a illustrator's gun, but it's still not to be compared to this one. Cutaway handle. That works good. If you're doing a lot of t-shirts, sometimes you can just pull back the nut and blow out a little clog, and you don't have to take the handle off. Okay, here we go. I'm going to test this on the paper down below. Night and day. The nozzle is way too big, so before I get any further along, I'm going to just kind of clean up this little area right there. Even here, I can see it got dirty. That gets like an orange on it. So the wider nozzle got a lot of paint going, but it also created a little problem, and you don't even see it. You just don't even see it. You do not want black here. And I do believe there's a little glow coming off this side. It's a little skinnier. Just going around one more time. Sorry about the shaking. It's just the way the phone's set up on here. Okay, probably will work. All right, so let's get in here now and tighten up. Lost a little bit of that right there. Come back at it. I think it might need more reducer. It's acting the same way. So and a little paintbrush to stir it. A little cup, stir it around. Looks like nothing right now because of the frisket being covered right here. Let's see if we can bring that back a little bit. Just so you guys know that I'm not just sitting here painting black. It's probably good enough. I mean, I can get close to the edge. That's pretty good. That shows it off. There we go. That's covered too. Okay, so that just shows it off a little. Oh, that's actually paint. There we go. All right. Probably put the color on there in a minute. Aiming totally that way. Yep, overspray is getting in there. I'll clean it up again. This time I'm going to take the this eraser. I just need a pencil for it. There's an old worn out one. Just changed the shape. So I'd rather use the brand new one that's got that edge. And then I could just kind of, it's very, it's got a lot of removing power. And it's kind of like, it's got some frisket, what's the word? It's got its own, can't think of the word. Acting like a dummy here. Friction. So now I'm taking the eraser to the actual paper down below to get the eraser cleaned, or else it won't work. It's got to be a clean eraser. Back one more time here. So you're going to get it done one way or another just by, coming at it right here. Let's try this one. This connects right here. You can come back in and you can work the shape. I mean, there's a million ways to do it. This is how I'm doing it. Okay. That's black there, so you have to just pay attention to where you're at. It helps to see where you're going too a little bit. Yeah, I could start a fire, friction with the eraser, right? Or it could burn by just getting too close to the flame. Okay, that's just roughing it in there. We'll get that all looking better later. So I guess we need to put that in. I'm going to give it one more time, maybe a little more aggressive eraser right here. It's kind of a color that lends itself to blending it. It's just going to melt in there, you know. Just cleaning it up a little bit. All right, one more time for this side. Everything's shaking. That's good. And then this just kind of goes down and in. So you can even bury what you're going to put on. So I'm going to put on the glow around it, which would be basically, okay, let me put a lid on the black. Do you want that spilling? I don't have a lid. Now I do. Buy a lot of these at the restaurant supply house. Green monkey message retracted. I don't know what that means, but I do see that you are there. Okay, let's get this back over here a little bit. All right, so we have that opened up a little bit, and I could still see that it could go more, because I don't care if it's even rough erasing, because it kind of dips down here a little bit. Goes around, dips down. You can paint the black up to it later. And then it gets closer up in here too, like that. So the black can reshape all that. Let's get that eraser clean by using the paper. Still's got a nice soft edge there. That's good. All right, my color. What do we got here? First thing I'm going to put in is this color, because it melts up into the oranger, brownish orange. But I better get rid of my brown. What number was this? Brown. No, that's black in there. Oh yeah, that would have ruined the color for sure. So I got to get the gun cleaned out. I'm missing a little side cup, I see. I got to look for it. I had 3. One is with the airbrush in transit, and one is sitting here. Believe it or not, the micron and the interchangeableness of my cup falls out of, I got to make sure the Micron's cup is in the Micron. I don't know why the HP Plus doesn't, it's almost like it's got a bigger opening. I'm talking a smidgen, but the cup has hit the floor a few times, and it doesn't do that on the Micron at all. The black out of there, just a little bit of water, flushing it. Looks pretty clean. It's still a little dirty. One more time with the water. Wow. It's really not even the black. It's more of a dirty orangey color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little dental tool. I don't know. Maybe it's just a little bit filmy in there. I'm not sure. Now I'll just try some water on the side. Yeah, it's a little muddy in there. It's a little, just forcing the water out of the side cup. That's good. Okay, back onto you. And now that color. I think it has a little more violet in it. I'm not sure. But this looks kind of pink, but I'm putting it in. Maybe the black will make it look different. See what happens with the color shift on the black. Not nice. Now that can get lightened and all kinds of stuff as I go. The black's going to come back in around it. So let's take a little bit of violet, red, blue violet. No, I'll go with a little violet right out of the bottle. And I'm going to take it and tint the opaque paint because over here it's more violet-y. As a matter of fact, it has the lightest areas right there. So it's only for a small area. Get that paint out of there. MSG was taken off. The message was taken off either by YouTube or the owner of the channel. Well, it wasn't me. So why would YouTube take off a comment? That doesn't make sense. But then again, I don't know what the comment was. So we'll leave it at that. But if he was just commenting, saying something. I've had people say other people could comment and they would say they can't comment. I don't know. So I don't know what's going on there, but let me just get a little bit of this violet color. And again, I'm going to just treat it like a tint, a little tinting. Wow. It's thick. Just leaving it there. A little bit more there in the middle. Just change color, I guess. Now I'm going to go in with white too. There. He said hi. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry that got... I don't understand that. Come on now. Something's blocking it. There we go. Something was clogged. Probably taking the paint right out of the bottle. Had a little particle, like a coffee grain or something, microscopically. And it stopped my flow of my paint. Okay. So we're going to go to... Yeah, I think that might have been the problem. Do a little bit of a 40-12 in there just to run it through. Come on, man, that holds a lot of paint. Okay, so we're going to go to where is it? The edging color. Remember, this is still on there, so it will be a hard edge up to it, but not where it goes out towards the black. Looks like it goes away, so I'll be bringing the black in closer later. Seems to be right here. A little darker. All right. And just bring it down onto that. There we go. Now, let's see. We've got this still protected. And we've got this white has to come out now. Yeah. Gotta be brave. It's that overspray that kills me. Okay, here we go. You gotta have a nice cut so that what you cut is what you get. If it's all wiggly and garbagey, that's what you'll get. If it's calling for you, you're always looking at your edges. You're always, checking out edges as it goes. So I'm going to take, now that this is open here, okay, so the black is going to go up to about here. I'm going to ruin this edge a little bit of, is even a pencil line there? Sorry guys, I'm erasing thing. Just going to kind of hide that back a little bit. Because there's purer colors get up in there. And the brown will come up higher. I'm not worried about any of that because it gets, the black's going to go right around there. Just melt it a little bit. Okay, I can still see a guide. So it's usually light to dark. So what do I got in the gun? I've got the darker orangey brown. Got to turn PSIs down. I noticed when I raised it for the other gun, it works the compressor more for no reason at all. So, okay, we need this yellow, light to dark. Do I have the right one? Number one, yep. So I'm figuring somewhere up around there. Remember, the black's going to come in. Everything is going to just work its way around. So I could put the yellow underneath the browns and different colors. So I'll just do that. Find out where this goes. I think it's right. Right there. A little roller coaster thing going on here. Okay. Now I'm just going to go over to that orangey color. Let's see. All right, where is it? There it is. Not the edge of that orange. It's a lighter orange. It'll get browner as I tint the brown over it and stuff. Just like a sunset, right? Come on, man. There we go. I think that's good for now. Just cut it in a little more there. And yeah, there's no yellow in there. Okay, time for the brown now. Bring this yellow up a little higher. Because then it goes to the black, so I have to really be careful with, yeah, I got to pick this out just right here. I'm going to go with, let's see, the 5. Some of the oranges are so close, but if they put them in the wrong place, they really don't belong there. And saturation changes, and doesn't look good. I'm back. Welcome back. Got a little bit more done while you were gone. Okay, now for the sake of argument, I'm going to use a really dark brown. I'm going to use a brown in here because to me, the black can go on top of that. It's just layers. Because obviously, I might pull some yellow up higher. I got a lot of photos I'm looking at. Each one has a little bit more. Like this one, the yellow goes way up, much more yellow. This is faded out. So I think we'll bring more yellow up, but I don't have to worry about it right now. Okay, so we go from the orange to the brown. Now I gotta be careful here because there's a shape going on here. Just bring it right down into here. Even though it doesn't belong over there, I'm just going to put it over there. Fill in the white. Yeah, I'll pull some more orange and yellow up just for my own picture, just to make it look pretty. Okay, so now the good old black. I say that because of overspray. I want my microphone back. What I might do, I might send my Micron head assembly. Yeah, then it'll be down again. Order a nozzle, but how would they know unless they saw the head assembly? They could say, hey, the new nozzle and the head assembly are fine. Banged up a little bit because of it fell and this kind of stuff happened to it. But anyway, if I don't have to get a head assembly, that would be nice. I see more brown over here. Darn it. Getting out. Getting ready for the black. Okay, where's my black? Time to put some paints away. I say, oh, put the lids on it, and then I don't. I don't put them on, and I get in trouble. And if you get the wrong lid and you put it on the wrong cup, you're going to be like, because if some of them are very close, it doesn't matter if they're numbered, if they're very close and you pick the wrong lid. Give me one, there it is. That is, where's that one? Now I don't know where that is, but all right, so let me move this reddish pink area and get the black going again, which is right here. Here we go. Raul, how you doing? Your work is outstanding. Your work is unbelievable. Hey there, Brian. How are you, buddy? All right, so let's get this right in here. Remember, this is covered, so I can do this. Got to preserve that area right there. I don't know how well I did at preserving it, but can always bring it. Oh, there it is. It's there. Oh, I see what's going on. I should have did a sharper edge right there. There we go. Then this gets cut in here, a little freehandish. This is covered, so I can just paint on it. You want fuzzy edges, so it looks like fire, kind of thing. Go right onto the matched head and just walk off the little shield there, just to kind of have that. And then this, I do see a dip here, so I'm going to cut in and out. Okay. All right, it's starting to come together. Let's kill the white over here. I'll aim this way. I don't want no problems with the white of the flame, even though I'm going to probably paint a white on there. So I've got to look for the shield. Oh, thank you, Brian. Thank you. Okay, so where is that? Where did I put it? Give me a second, guys. So this is all going to be uncovered. As you can see, it's got the film on it. Oh, I can see that my edging is still needing it right there. So let's just spray right there. And maybe I could get away with, let's use the big shield. The big shield was purchased for a reason. So I don't have to go looking for the one that's missing. Okay, here's the big shield. Does it work? Let's find out. It might work a little here and there. There we go. The top. Better to have the real shield on there, but I don't know what I did with it. I'm going to hold this off the edge. It will take care of some of this. I got to find it though. Right about there. That's good. Let's get this. Nope. That's pretty good. Okay. That's quite a compliment coming from you, Raul. I would love to watch you paint. You just paint them, put them up on the thing, and that's the end of that. That's great, though. Your stuff is... Yeah, I think that tapers away, so that'll work out good, actually. I'm just going for it. I don't know what else to do, guys. It's a little nerve-wracking. Got to aim. Okay, so I lost a little bit of the orange glow here, but it's not the end of the world because it has nothing to do with the end of the world. It's just not the end of the world, though. I mean, that little glow can be put right back in. So I'm just going to aim out this way and walk my layers, keeping it pitch black. I'm going to go over that and kill that a little bit more. And I'm going to make this lighter in there and a little rounder right there. And then it kind of comes up there. That's all. I'm going to ruin that. All right, so just dust that a little bit. There we go. Okay. Top is cut off on the big picture. The little picture kind of just fades out with browns. So I've got to just stay away from the black over there and just aim this way now. A little bit of overspray. I see it. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Let's get a little bit more closer over here. That's good. One more time on this side. That's good. Okay, so as we get the intensity of the fire inside there, we can come off here now. The black is pretty much in, and reveal the match head and the actual stick. And touch up any areas that are not, like that frisket wasn't lined up good. So that doesn't matter though, because that can be fixed very easily by putting this down. Move that over there. Just take the same film, look for lowering it a little bit lower than I had it, right about there. There we go. And then it could kind of come up. It's a thin line. Just doesn't look good, right? Here we go. By aiming away from the fire, it protects the, need some more color. It protects the airbrushing areas from getting dirty. Staying close. Clean up on aisle 7. Yeah, I'll have to just clean that up in there. All right. So, how we doing here? It's a little wider. That's good. That looks like it's away. Now, let's reveal the fix. There it is, using the same shield, same frisket. Okay, so we've got things happening. I mean, everything always has to be tweaked. I probably will be painting that white, but for the sake of argument, I'm going to try to go after some of the overspray, dirtying it up in here. There goes the shaking. Yeah. I'll put those outer pieces on and I'll mix the white and I will paint that in precision clean. But I just want to see it for my own sake, just to see how it's going to look. Overspray, underspray, it can ruin everything. It can ruin the yellow. It can ruin everything. Make a mess, right? So that's good for that. It's just to give it a little peek. It's not as perfect as it should be, but you can see, you know, the real problem is obviously little speckles in there. But there's another way to go after it, but you gotta be real careful. I'm gonna take a chance in a small area. So because this is clay board and it works on the Blair synthetic paper, I can go in here. Oh, that was my hand that did that. And I can clean off overspray very carefully. I use the dry end. But it's not the white. When I look at the white in there, the white paint is going to be nicer looking. It's going to be brighter. So I'll just not do that. But you can use, and I can kind of let that break up at the end here because it's going to kind of filter out like that. It's going to do that. It goes right off the edge of the thing. So I'll just kind of erase and I'll let it go wide to the left like that, like it's turning. That'll look nice. It's like it's alive. It's got some movement to it. Everything's shaking. The lamp is shaking. Okay. So, got a lot done considering, you know, it's a tiny painting and stuff. Just want to see something here. This is a straight line here. So I'll probably take some more of that yellow and show it off right in this area. Kind of like sanding right now. Because it almost goes to a white in the picture to the left. So I don't mind sanding some of the color off. It's really a highlight source that can really make an illusion. There we go. Down to the white of the board a little bit. Push harder. Yeah, that looks cool. And this cuts up in here like that a little bit more. The light is being different parts of the, like this purple thing is lighting up the bottom of the matchstick a little bit more. So I'm just playing around with the erasing. I love erasing parts of it. It's fun. And I could just make like a point here and just kind of file it in there. Even if I get a little texture, it's okay because it's a wooden stick. So that would look nice. Okay, so let's see what we got here. All right, well, we've got, what will always make it look better too is to remove it from its ugly background and put it on a new piece, just real quick. Just to look at it again without all the uglies. So there's still some work to be done on it, but this is probably a one night project. I mean, you could kind of see where I'm going, how I feathered it in. I'm going to bring, yeah, pretty much, I'll bring the yellow up a little bit more, just a little bit. I'll put the white paint in there. I will come in here and probably fire in little details. There's little, just tiny things like little brown marks coming down. I'm getting my micron in a day or two, so I'm going to just wait and do that. Just put some highlights in some speckly areas down here. There, that looks cool. And then we can kind of just go right here. Just like that. One more time back here, a little bit more white. This is the white of the board, and it works. As long as you maybe go back and tint it a little if it gets too stark, but that's a strong highlight there. So it's starting to come together, and yeah, I could see the black has to come in, make that look out of focus. These little shapes here. This is the x-acto knife, just using the side of the blade. Giving texture and marks. That's going to be, I'm going to get this sharpened. Now I'm going to sharpen this. All right, thanks. Thanks, Brian. I'm glad you got to come back and check it out. I'll post the finished painting. I'm just whittling this now to save on just sharpening it away with the sharpener. Kind of stay in an area like that. And then I can put a little highlight right here. Maybe. Yep. Right there. There's little designs in here. They're going to take time because it's in the dark area. This is too, yeah, I got too high up with the brown right in this area. I just lost control of the airbrush here a little bit. Whoops, I want to break that up a little bit more. And I notice it goes up. This rolls out a little bit more, so I'm going to fix that later. It's just a little bit that way, so I'm not going to just cut into it. And there might be a little more highlight here. I can just kind of roll over that. Still keeping it in the orange family. Okay, so that'll get a little more orange on it, which I probably could do right now with, I'll get the black out of there. Okay. I know I'm far away with the shot, but I'll zoom in a little bit more. So that's pretty much it. There'll be some of this going on at the top, which is nothing, you know. I don't know if I have the other airbrush clean or dirty. Let me try it. A little bit of, what is it? It's a little brownish. I might be able to do that with the second airbrush. Okay, so I'm looking at this one, and I'm going to feather in, whoa, 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 whoa. That was for cleaning purposes before. This needs a new nozzle, this airbrush. That definitely needs a new nozzle. Doesn't surprise me though, it's a long time. And then there'll be some yellow, a little bit of yellow up there. The reason why I'm saying there will be is because the gun has black in it and that one has brown in it. And it's just not really nice looking right now. Let's try it. We're just about at the 2-hour mark, so I'll go another minute here. Good night, guys. Thank you so much. I'm still going to paint for another minute. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget, if you did like it, let me know. And just by clicking like or whatever. Share the video if you have some friends that might, you know, just feel free to share it. And for those that want notifications and stuff, you can subscribe. I've been doing about a month worth of live feeds. It's not going to always be live feeds. It's going to be uploads. It's going to be whatever, you know, because I got to get some more uploads on there. And I've got to repair a couple of paintings that one painting in particular really went awry. And I can't just bring it back. It would be the yellow Mustang, and I have to fix it almost on the sideline a little bit because it's got messed up to my, just not happy at all. That happened. I was all ready for a feed, and I said, I can't put this up. This thing's getting ruined. Really ruined. Wow, black inside your airbrush with yellow. Ooh, you get yourself a nice ugly color. Let me put some cleaner in there. It goes like a green. It's mixing with the black, and it would go green. Come on, give me some, just a little pure yellow for the end of the video. Let's see what we can do here. It's not going to be a lot. It's just a little bit of color at the top. So we can push this one a little further. And we could push this down. And then it kind of pulls the flame, whoops, where it needs to go. I can go into an orange there. Take one last shot here with the orange. Right out of the bottle. Change that brown a little bit. There we go. Alrighty then. It's going to get done over anyway right here because the white's not in. The white paint, it'll be pure like that. Very lit up. But you get the picture. So thanks again for hanging out. And I will look at comments. You really can't see comments till later. Whoops. You can't see, not like Facebook. So to all you guys out there, thanks for hanging out. And I'll see you on the next video, which I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing, but just look for a little advertisement, and I'll post this on my community page, and I'll post this on Facebook. So thanks a lot, guys. Didn't tape that up, so there it is. Bring it closer. Needs some tweaking. Definitely needs some tweaking. There's a little look for you right there. All right. Brian, good night. Be well. God bless you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Take care.